Yo, what up, AfterBuzzers? We are here at the Vegas Bash live. It's DJ Jesse, Roxy Stryer, host of The Real World, the Challenge After Shows on AfterBuzz TV. We are joined by Trey.
You remember my name this time. You remember my name. Thanks.
We always remember your name. However, we found out that it's Walter, actually.
That is my real name. I'm named after my grandfather. I'm the third in my family. In Italian, you count uno, due, tre. So that's how I got my nickname.
Okay. Now, so Trey, you know, you are our first guest this season on the St. Thomas Show. You found us.
I found you. I found you.
Was it through Adam, a specific Adam Royer that you found us, or?
You know what, to be completely honest with you, I just Googled it. I Googled Real World St. Thomas. This was one of the first clips that showed up under the YouTube link. So I clicked on it, and then I saw you guys discussing it, man, and I was like, man, I got to see what they say about us. And that's when I heard Adam. That's when I started wanting to call in, and I started following it a little more.
Now, on the show, you basically talked to us about how it was kind of unfair that we were judging you about the being on St. Thomas in The Real World. Now you're on the challenge.
Right.
So, we just asked Rob this question. So, for you, what's the most different? What did you prefer, the challenge or the Real World as far as the experience goes?
I think the experience, you want to do the Real World. I think that the Real World gives you that opportunity to really live. The challenge isn't really so much a living environment. That's really to challenge yourself. But just to have an overall good time, like I said, to challenge yourself, you definitely want to do the challenge. I feel like the challenge is more fun, but the Real World is more of a living experience. And that's where you really get to learn, about emotions, the reality of the situation, man. You guys saw the drama I went through. You don't see that on the challenge. You're not going to see me calling a girl from back home on the challenge. That's the Real World. The challenge is me hanging from a fucking crane, 30 feet above the water, so that's a little bit different.
One of the other things is going into the challenge, you were actually one of the top that I picked from this season that I could see MTV throwing into the challenge. You just have that personality. I can see you beefing with the other guys. You seem like a competitor. Are we going to get to see that side of Trey this season?
I think you're definitely going to be able to get to see that side. There were definitely some people in the house that didn't like me. You guys probably know by now, Marie and LaToya and I, we didn't get along during my season. That's really weird that, in case nobody knows that, no, we probably didn't get along that well. But now some of the guys, I got along with all the guys pretty much on my Real World season, but some of the guys in the challenge house I didn't get along with. So now, LaToya liked to say a lot that she felt me and Swift always got big with women, whatever. Now you're going to see us get big with some of the guys, and that's a whole different side that you didn't really get to see on the Real World.
I wanted to ask you, because going back and watching all the Real World episodes, how do you feel about the whole Chelsea-Laura situation? Do you still stand by what you did, or are you a little embarrassed?
My thing is that I can't regret anything that I did, because every time I did something at that point in time in my life, it was what I wanted to do. So I can look back now, hindsight 2020, and say, flying Chelsea to the Virgin Islands, it probably wasn't my best idea. But in that moment, I wanted her there. In that moment, I did want her there. I wanted her to see St. Thomas. I still really cared about her, and I was very unsure of my relationship status with Laura and Chelsea. So at that point in time, I wanted that. Now looking back, like I said, it's probably not my best idea, but I don't have any regrets that I did on the Real World. It sucks that there were some unfortunate circumstances, but that is the reality of our show. That's what happens.
What about the decision to put her up in a hotel? Was that your idea, her idea? Who thought of that?
That was actually my idea. I knew how hard it was for Laura just to meet her in general. I knew it was going to be uncomfortable for her. So out of respect for Laura, I decided not to have Chelsea stay at our house. Because if you guys think about it, Laura had been sleeping in my bed for many, many nights. Then to have Chelsea come and sleep in my bed, that's kind of like, she might smell Laura on the sheets, man. That's like, you don't know how that works. I'm like, that's not cool. So I can't do that. Out of respect for both women, I'm going to keep her in a hotel. I'll still bring her to the house. I'll let her meet all the roommates. She's still got the overall experience, but I didn't want to make both girls feel like I was doing the same thing for each of them, Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Going back to the challenge, I wanted to ask you, going in, did you have a strategy? Because we saw the first episode, you were not letting anybody push you around. I mean, people were saying, join my team, and you were like, listen, I know that I'm new here, and I know I don't exactly know how to play this game, but I'm not going to just lay over,
My thing is that I don't want to look like a pushover on national television, so I wanted to make sure that whether you're a veteran, a rookie, whatever, that when you come to me, that I'm going to try to play the game as honest as possible. Obviously, I don't know the way that this challenge works. I know there's a lot of politics, there's alliances. I was trying to stay away from them in the beginning. So within the first episode or two, you'll find out that I didn't even want to be on an alliance. I just wanted to play the game. I just wanted to, if we had to hang from a crane, I wanted to hang from a crane. If we had to jump in the water, I wanted to jump in the water. I didn't want to be like, hey, well, you watch my back and I'll watch. I didn't want to do that. I feel like that ends up happening anyway because it has to, but in the beginning I did not want that. I just wanted to meet people, I wanted to have a good time, and just kind of let my athleticism kind of speak for itself.
Absolutely. That's respectable.
What did you think of Wes going into this? I mean, Wes is always knocking on people. What was your impression of Wes? Because you actually looked him straight in the eyes and were like, dude, we're not
this game. Yeah, I told him, I was like, I don't know how to play this game. That's my honesty, bro. I don't care. I'm not here like some of the other people trying to sugarcoat shit. I didn't care. So I see some of the interviews now where Wes said, these are my fans. Or even if you guys go on MTV.com, there's exclusive clips that many of the viewers haven't seen. And he made a comment about Laura, and he said, oh, Trey better keep her on her wraps. I like her legs. And see, when I see that, I know Wes, so it makes me laugh. I don't take it serious, man. A lot of people, they'll stir up the drama and they'll be like, oh shit, Wes, he's got Trey wrapped around his finger. So I don't look at it like that. I know Wes on and off the camera. He's a really good guy. He's a good friend. So I get it that he's usually the villain on these shows, but he was one of my roommates in the house. We lived in the same room, so I just look at him as a friend, man. I think all his jokes are funny.
Did you go into the challenge? I mean, you went in basically as couples. Did you go in thinking that was going to make your team stronger? Do you think that helped your team, or, you know, could have caused a little problem?
Well, what you guys know right from the get-go, when TJ says it in the first episode, a guy and a girl goes into each arena. So right off the bat, I pretty much knew I was paired up with Laura, and Marie pretty much knew she was paired up with Rob. There was a point in time, without trying to spoil too much, where when Marie and I were not on the same page, and I thought that maybe we were about to go down, I was sitting there thinking, and I was like, Marie, I'm bringing you down with me. And there was a real long thought in my mind where I was like, if we go into the arena, Laura, as much as I want you to be my teammate and I trust you, if I got to go down, I'm bringing her with me because I don't trust her. So you guys are going to have to see how this sparks up, because everybody assumes that Laura and I are always going to be together. And there was that time where I'm like, Marie, if you're throwing me under the bus, you're coming down with me, and I'm not taking that. So that was the big part of our team, was who runs our team, Trey or Marie? Because Rob and Laura are just easygoing. They don't give a hell. You know, they just do whatever, you know what I mean? So Marie and I definitely had different opinions of how we wanted the team to go. You guys are definitely going to want to tune in and see how that worked out. It got interesting.
All right, so before we let you go, we have to know, are you still with Laura?
I know, everybody wants to know. Right now, we're in Vegas. Laura and I are sharing a hotel room. We're here for a week. So maybe there will be some more news for you guys by the end of this Vegas experience. But as of right now, I'm still technically single. She's still technically single, but I'm no longer talking to Chelsea. Chelsea actually has a brand new boyfriend. I met him randomly at a bar in downtown Baltimore about last week, so that was a little awkward for me. He walks up and he says, hi, I'm Vince, I'm Chelsea's new boyfriend. I said, oh, okay.
So now you know how it feels.
Yeah, karma's a bitch, ain't it? So there you go, AfterBuzzers. Trey got karma. I got what was coming to me, and you guys are going to have to tune in to see how well we did on the challenge and whether Laura and I really end up together. So.
All right, Trey, well, thanks for stopping by. All right, AfterBuzzers, buzz you later.